ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ.
ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ.
ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ
ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಹಾ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. ನೀವ್ ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ?
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಉಂಟು ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದದಿಂದ.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ,
ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದದಿಂದ.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದದಿಂದ.
ನಾವೇನು ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಓಂ ನಮೋ ಭಗವತೆ ವಾಸುದೇವಾಯ. ಓಂ ನಮೋ ಭಗವತೆ ವಾಸುದೇವಾಯ. ಓಂ ನಮೋ ಭಗವತೆ ವಾಸುದೇವಾಯ. ನಾರಾಯಣಂ ನಮಸ್ಕೃತ್ಯಂ ನರಂ ಚೈವ ನರೋತ್ತಮಂ ದೇವೀಂ ಸರಸ್ವತಿಂ ವ್ಯಾಸಂ ತತೋ ಜಯಮುದೀರಯತೆ. ನಷ್ಟಪ್ರಾಯೇಷು ಅಭದ್ರೇಷು ನಿತ್ಯಂ ಭಾಗವತ ಸೇವಯ ಭಗವತೆ ಉತ್ತಮಸ್ತೋಕೆ ಭಕ್ತಿರ್ಭವತಿ ನೈಷ್ಟಕಿ. ಮೂಕಂ ಕರೋತಿ ವಾಚಾಲಂ ಪಂಗಂ ಲಂಘಯತೆ ಗಿರಿಂ ಯತ್ಕೃಪಾತಮಹಂ ವಂದೇ ಶ್ರೀಗುರುಂ ದೀನತಾರಿಣಂ ಚೈತನ್ಯಮೀಶ್ವರಂ. ಓಂ ಅಜ್ಞಾನತಿಮಿರಂಧಸ್ಯ ಜ್ಞಾನಾಂಜನಶಲಾಕಯ ಚಕ್ಷುರುನ್ಮಿಲಿತಂ ಯೇನ ತಸ್ಮೈ ಶ್ರೀಗುರುವೇ ನಮಃ. ನಮೋ ವಿಷ್ಣುಪಾದಾಯ ಕೃಷ್ಣಪೃಷ್ಠಾಯ ಭೂತಲೆ ಶ್ರೀಮತೆ ಭಕ್ತಿ ವೇದಾಂತ ಸ್ವಾಮಿತಿ ನಾಮಿನೆ. ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಸರಸ್ವತಿ ದೇವಿ ಗೌರವಾಣಿ ಪ್ರಚಾರಿಣಿ ನಿರ್ವಿಶೇಷ ಶೂನ್ಯವಾದಿ ಪಾಶ್ಚಾತ್ಯೇಶತಾರಿಣಿ. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. Welcome you all for Bhagavatam study. So we are reading from Canto 1, Chapter 8, Kunti's Prayer, Sloka 5 today. Who is going to read? Right?
Yeah, Prabhu, I have to read yesterday. I have to read too.
Please go.
Srimad Bhagavatam 1.8.5. Sadhayatva jato shatro swam rajyam kitaverhatam ghatayitva sato ragyam kachasparsha shatayusha.
You can read a translation purport. Sumit Prabhu, are you there? Sorry, we could not hear you, Prabhu.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now can hear.
Okay, I will repeat the translation. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The clever Duryodhana and his party cunningly usurped the kingdom of Yudhishthira, who had no enemy. By the grace of the Lord, the recovery was executed, and the unscrupulous kings who have joined the Duryodhana were killed by him. Others also died, their duration of life having decreased for their rough handling of the hair of Queen Draupadi. Purport. In the glorious days or before the advent of the age of Kali, the Brahmanas, the cows, the women, the children, and the old men were properly given protection. The protection of the Brahmanas maintained the institution of Varna and Ashrama, the most scientific culture for attainment of the spiritual life. The protection of the cows maintains the most miraculous form of food, i.e. the milk, for maintaining the finer tissues of the brain for understanding higher aims of life. The protection of women maintains the chastity of society by which we can get a good generation for peace, tranquility, and progress of life. The protection of children gives the human form of life its best chance to prepare the way of liberty from material bondage. Such protection of children begins from very day of begetting a child by the purificatory process of Garbhadhan Sanskara, the beginning of pure life. The protection of the old man gives them a chance to prepare themselves for a better life after death. This complete outlook is based on factors leading to successful humanity as against the civilization of polished cats and dogs. The killing of the above mentioned innocent creatures is totally forbidden because even by insulting them, one loses the duration of life. In the age of Kali, they are not properly protected, and therefore the duration of life of the present generation is shortened considerably. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is stated that when the women become unchaste for want of proper protection, There are unwanted children called Vanashankara. To insult a chaste woman means to bring about disaster in the duration of life. Dushasana, a brother of Duryodhan, insulted Draupadi, an ideal chaste lady, and therefore the miscreant died untimely. There are some of the stringent laws of the Lord mentioned above. So here, like in the Dwapar Yuga, before the Kali Yuga, all these people are given protection, like the Brahmanas, cows, women, children, and old men. And the reason why they're given protection is also mentioned here. Like for the Brahmanas, the protection is required because they maintain the institution of Varnashrama, and it is very much required for the attainment of the spiritual life, for properly progressively guiding people in the spiritual life. And for the cows, because they provide milk, and milk is also very important for understanding the higher aim of life, as Prabhupada wrote, like it maintains the finer tissue of the brain. And for protecting the woman in the sense, because when the women are chaste, then they can give a good generation for peace. Otherwise, as Arjuna say, like if the woman fall down, if the man from the uh, house are killed, then the women may fall down and they will give birth to Vanshankaras, and those Vanshankaras will pollute the society. So that's why protection of women is also very important. And then the children, because they've got a human form of life, that is their best chance to get liberated from this world. So children should also be protected. And how, like not just the physical protection, but the protection in the sense, like we are doing the Garbhadan Sanskar. If that is done, then that is like the proper protection for a child. He will get a good what do you say, very good because it is the Jivatma is coming through the purificative process of Garbhadana, then automatically it will become a devotee. And for the old man, because they get a chance to prepare themselves for a better life after death. So in this way, all the five and these entities should be given the protection. But in the Kali Yuga, this is not happening. And even like it is written, like that even if somebody is insulting them, then they will lose the duration of life. So in that sense, we can see in the age of Kali Yuga, there is a decrease in the duration of life, a huge decrease in the duration of life. Why? Because these entities are not properly protected. And the example is given for Dushasana, like how he disrespected Draupadi, and he insulted Draupadi, who was a very chaste lady, and therefore, as a result, he has to die an untimely death. So these are the laws which are like very stringent laws that is made by the Lord, and if we are not following them, then we have to face the reactions of that. Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah, so here in the translation itself, sages are saying, he says that the unscrupulous kings who had joined with the Duryodhana were killed by him. That means Lord killed. So actually, if you look at, Lord did not kill. In a war, Lord did not even, Supreme Lord Krishna did not even lifted a weapon, only except when Bhishma was attacking Arjuna. That's the time only he lifted the wheel of the chariot. Otherwise, he never fought. But he says that killed by him. That means Lord is killed. So what we can understand, Lord comes here, Paritrana sadhuna vinashyasya dushritam dharma samstapana sambhavami. He says, to protect my devotees, I will come and I will annihilate. So here, whether Arjuna killed or anyone is killed, but this desire, the miscreants will be killed, and the sages are saying killed by him. Of course, other point, this 5 categories of people who needs protection. Maybe all of us can contribute to this, or all of us can share how, as a practicing devotee, we can contribute to this. These 5 categories of people or living entity requires protection, because why I'm living entity is cow, mother cow is talking about. Brahmana requires protection, cow require protection, woman require protection, children require protection, and old men require protection. So this Sumit Prabhu nicely explained. Now, as a practicing devotees, how I can contribute, what I can do on these categories, because this is the key for our progress in bhakti or protection of Sanatana Dharma. Brahmanas is key, because Brahmanical culture is not there means the society is gone. The Brahmanic culture is the one is protecting us. The Brahmanic culture is like a head, the brain of society. In Varnashram Dharma, that's how it is. So similarly, the cows, mother cow, wherever mother cow is kind of killed, the society is gone. Krishna will never pardon that society. Whether a person is doing or indirectly, directly, everybody will suffer. We are part of the society, we'll have to suffer, because we are not doing anything to protect them. We may not be harming them. We may not be killing cows. But since we are part of it, we are not doing anything to protect them, we will also be punished. So similarly, protection of women, protection of children, old men. So maybe I request all of you to meditate on that. So what, as a practice devotee, each one can do, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, we can debate on this, because this is an important point. All of us should contribute something, or all of us should, think how, as a practicing devotee, how can I help to maintain the Brahmanic culture and society? How can I help the Brahmanas to be protected? How can I help the cows to be protected? How can I help women protection? I mean, some may think that you have Matas here. They may say that, yes, why we need a protection? We are independent. Do we need a protection? Maybe that kind of a debate we can have. Children requires protection. Old men requires protection. So these are the 5 categories of, people require protection. Maybe, and I'll give 5 minutes time. Each one, please think about it, contribute, see what can I mean, I'm saying as a practicing devotee, what I can do, what I can contribute to protection of this, 5 categories of people. So with this, I'll move on. So we'll come back later. And also Prabhupada in the purport, nicely explains how whoever touches this, any one of them, will be destroyed. So there is no doubt on that. Of course, Sumit Prabhu explained that. So we'll move on to the next block. So requesting everybody to meditate on these 5 points, and I'll come back and discuss on that. Okay, so move on to the next block.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Amataji.
Text 6. Yajayitvaśvametaistam Tripurutmakalpakai Tadyasha Pavanam Dikshu Sata Manyodivatanot. Translation for His Divine Grace Desi Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Lord translation. Lord Sri Krishna caused 3 well-performed Ashwamedha Yajnas, horse sacrifices, to be conducted by Maharaja Yudhishthira, and thus caused his virtuous fame to be glorified in all directions, like that of Indra, who had performed 100 such sacrifices. Purport. This is something like the preface to the performances of Ashwamedha Yajna by Maharaja Yudhishthira. The comparison of Maharaja Yudhishthira to the king of heaven is significant. The king of heaven is thousands and thousands of times greater than Maharaja Yudhishthira in opulence. Yet the fame of Maharaja Yudhishthira was not less. The reason is that Maharaja Yudhishthira was a pure devotee of the Lord, and by his grace only was King Yudhishthira on the level of the king of heaven. Even though he performed only 3 yajnas, whereas the king of the heaven performed hundreds, that is the prerogative of the devotee of the Lord. The Lord is equal to everyone, but a devotee of the Lord is more glorified because he is always in touch with the all great. The sun rays are equally distributed, but still there are some places where which are always dark. This is not due to the sun, but to the respective power. Similarly, receptive power. Similarly, those who are 100% devotees of the Lord get the full-fledged mercy of the Lord, which is always equally distributed everywhere.
Mataji.
So after Ashwadhama's punishments, the procedures like offering Ganga water to the bodies and all the family members met, like the kings of Kurus, Maharaja Yudhishthira and other Pandavas, Gandhari, Kunti and Draupadi. And Lord Sri Krishna also was there. So Lord Krishna made Maharaja Yudhishthira to perform 3 Ashwamedha Yajnas. We know that Indra performed 100 Ashwamedhas, or sacrifices. Because Krishna was connected to Yudhishthira's yajnas, the 3 yajnas became as famous as 100 yajnas of Indra due to Krishna's association. The moral of the sloka is, the devotee, when associated with Krishna, receives his mercy like a powerful magnet. Though Krishna's mercy is equally distributed everywhere, so Srila Prabhupada gave example of sun rays and sun-shaded areas. That's what Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you, Mataji.
Because Yudhishthira is also a very good devotee of the Lord.
Yes.
So he has the full mercy of the Lord. And that's why it is his 3 Ashwamedha Yajnas is more than the 100 Ashwamedhas performed by Indra. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so the whatever devotee does, if with the mercy of the Lord, even the more of devatas are, actually glorifying the devotees of the Lord. The devatas are, really aspiring to how I can glorify the pure devotees of the Lord. That's a kind of a standard devotees gets, because they're unallied devotion to the Lord. They have no other, inclination. They are no other desire than satisfying the Supreme Lord. So, like here, Yudhishthira Maharaj. So his comparison with the Indra is too much, but because he's a pure devotee of the Lord. But in the purport, Srila Prabhupada brings out a very important point. He says that sunlight is available to all of us, but some places the shade is not because of the sun is not there. It's because of receptive power. Similarly, as a practicing devotee, Lord's mercy is there everywhere. But if I'm not getting it, it's not because of the Lord. It's because of my receptive power. So Lord is equal to everyone. Lord is giving His mercy to everyone. But because I'm not taking that, I have given opportunity, but I'm not utilizing it. It's because of my attitude, I'm losing it. So it's not because of the Lord or not because of anyone else. So that is the point. If I'm not progressing in bhakti, it's not because of anyone else. It's because of me. I'm not, kind of receiving it. Example, rainwater is coming from the sky. It gets everybody. But how much I can hold, it's up to me. So if I don't hold it, it's my loss. Similarly, Lord's mercy is there to all of us. It's only for us to take that mercy and utilize it. That's why Prabhupada says that we should best utilize it. Of course, we are in Kali Yuga, with the place is bad, everything is bad, all those things are. Prabhupada says, best use a bad bargain. We are in a bad place, but somehow make best use and get out of it. We have to get this mercy of the Lord. That is what we have to do. But that is possible only when we get the mercy of the devotees. Krishna himself says, dasa, 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 anudasa. He says, my devotees are not my devotees. My devotees, devotees. One who serves that is my devotee. So when we serve the devotees, that's how we can get the mercy of the Lord. So if you want to get the mercy of the Lord, we have to serve the devotees, pure devotees. That's why whenever any sannyasis comes, whenever a new senior devotee comes to temple, we run to take their association and serve them, whatever best possible. So that's how we should take it. That's why Prabhupada says, not due to the sun, but to the receptive power. That's the most important point here as a practicing devotees. Okay, I will read the next one.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Amantriya Panduputramscha Shainyo Tava Samyutaha Dvaipayanaadibir Viprai Pujitai Pratipujitaha. Translation. Lord Sri Krishna then prepared for his departure. He invited the sons of Pandu after having been worshipped by the Brahmanas headed by Srila Vyasadeva. The Lord also reciprocated greetings. Purport: apparently, Lord Sri Krishna was a Kshatriya and was not worshipable by the Brahmanas. But the Brahmanas present there, headed by Srila Vyasadeva, all knew him to be the personality of Godhead, and therefore they worshipped him. The Lord reciprocated the greetings just to honor the social order that a Kshatriya is obedient to the orders of the Brahmanas. Although Lord Sri Krishna was always offered the respects due the Supreme Lord for all responsible quarters, the Lord never deviated from the customary usages because the four orders of society. The Lord purposely observed all these social customs so that others would follow him in the future. In this sloka, Krishna prepared for his departure after the Brahmanas headed by Srila Vyasadeva worshipped and paid their respects to Lord Krishna because they realized that he is personality of Godhead. So Brahmanas worshipped him. After that, Lord Krishna, following the Chaturvarna Dharma by offering respects to Brahmanas by Kshatriya. Lord Krishna observed Varna and Ashrama Dharmas so that others will also follow the same in coming years. That's what Prabhuji. You can explain some more.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Thank you, Mataji. Yeah. Now Lord is planning to go back to this Dwaraka. So he's getting ready. As soon as he get ready, next what happens we see. Now, generally, any our Sanatana Dharma, anywhere, the reception and what send off, it's a kind of a very good culture. When a guest comes to a house, how do we receive? There are a lot of process there. I mean, when a guest comes, we welcome them the sweet words and with a smiling face, and offer them water to wash their hand, and then give a good seat to sit, comfortable place to sit, and give some drinks to drink. And these are the basics customary to receive. Similarly, when the guest leaves also, the similar customary is there. How they worship them and offer garland and gift. This is the customary. Here, when Lord is about to leave, so Brahmana started worshipping. Now, if you see here, Krishna, in that perspective, in the Varna is a Kshatriya, is son of Nanda Maharaj. So he, not even Nanda Maharaj, Vasudeva. So Nanda Maharaj is Vaishya. So Vasudeva is a Kshatriya. So he is king. So he doesn't want to be, because as per the order, the Brahmana should be worshipped. Kshatriya cannot be worshipped by Brahmana. Brahmana is higher class. So that's a order. So Krishna never wanted that to be done, but Vyasadeva insisted, because Vyasadeva knew he is maybe playing the role of Kshatriya, but not a Kshatriya. He is a supreme personality of Godhead. So that's why he does So he accepts it. But at the same time, he reciprocates to Brahmana also. See how even when in Vrindavan, when the Brahmanas were performing yajna, Gopas came and requested Krishna and Balram, we are hungry, please arrange some food. So Krishna says there are Brahmanas, arranging a big yagya. Please go and ask. But he says, please don't mention my name because I'm a Kshatriya. If I cannot beg. So if you tell my name, they may not give you. Maybe you mention Balram's name. Balram is a Vaishya because even though Vasudeva's Putra, he was grown up in as a Nanda's son. So there itself he gives a kind of a customary. Here also, Prabhupada says that Lord reciprocates the greetings in the social order. But most important point is that Lord maintains the social order so that we learn. It's for us to learn, not for him. It's for us to how we should take care of Brahmanas. Brahmana again, not talking about just birth, Brahmana by practice, but even then, even the by practice not there also by Brahmana, by who are especially those who do the deity worship. We should really respect them. They maybe externally they may not behave the way we expect, but it's our duty to respect them. So that is why the culture remains. The one of the point above is that Brahmana has to be respected. So Brahmana are not only respected, Brahmana should be protected because Brahmana is not Kshatriya. They cannot fight. It's a Kshatriya's responsibility to protect them. So that's why the society needs, it's not that something happens to Brahmana, okay, let them do what, let them die. No, that's not the society. The Kshatriya should protect Brahmanas. So that's why Krishna is, personally showing this. Now I'll come back to the sloka 1, sloka 5th, what we discussed. So request all of you to please share your thoughts on those 5 points. How, as individual, as a sadhaka, how I can contribute to protection of Brahmana, protection of cows, protection of women, protection of children, and old men. So each one can share some points, please. Open to all who want to share with that. Please raise your hand or unmute. Otherwise, I'll go with the alphabetic order. But best those who are ready, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah, Mataji, go ahead.
Actually, I understand what you told. Like, Brahman is the brain of the society. So, our responsibility to protect their dignity in the society. And in this way, we can maintain the chaturashram in the society, right? And next is the cow. Cows are the mother of us because they nourishes us with the good milk. Okay, so whenever we see cow mata, where they kill, Krishna never bless that society. Okay, they always bring the misfortune for us, and that type of society always bring misfortune for us. If we are not protect them, then we also be punished. We are not protecting also, we also be punished. Okay. Then we can go for the women's. So women's actually they are maintain the holiness in our society. Okay, so better if we lead the women as in the good women, they can give us the good children and that brings the fortune in the society, peace, okay, and prosperity, and we can develop our society in that way. And next is our children from the first stage only, initiation, sorry, initiation stage only, if we teach the children in the Krishna conscious way, okay, I mean, we teach them the Krishna conscious thing, then they can develop the Krishna conscious society. Means if we teach them, then they will bring the Krishna conscious society to us. Okay, and next is the old age. We always respect the older persons. Okay, in that way they will get the last stage of life of them. They will make them good. Their last stage of life, and they can face the peaceful death. Okay. And this is and what you told, every devotee should understand why and how we should protect the cows, brahmins, women, children, who otherwise the society can be destroyed.
Okay,
Thank you,
my
Prabhu.
question specifically what I can do. Maybe
What I can. Okay,
yes,
what we can do.
yes,
Okay.
each one of us, what I will do. That's important. Yeah,
Okay.
with theory we all know that. Yes, we should do. But what I am doing it, that's important. That's the point
Okay.
I'm trying to.
Okay, Prabhu. As I am a woman. Okay, so better I lead my life in a Krishna conscious way, that if I marry also someday, means we can bring a good Krishna conscious child. That is our duty as a woman, I guess. Okay. And cows and Brahmins, what from my side, I should maintain their protection. Okay. And the old age persons, we always have to um, show some um, dignity to them, as
Yeah.
they will never feel alone. Okay. And we sometimes we have to teach them, if they don't know the Krishna consciousness also, we sometimes we have to make them sit, and we have to arrange some get together, and as we are doing now. Okay, Bhagavatam classes and all, we have to do these things, as they don't have any fear when they will pass their time come for passing away. Okay, the uh, at least they get some knowledge how to face the death. That is our
Okay.
duty, Prabhu. And we
Thank
can
you.
start it from our home, our grandmother, our grandfather, like that, Prabhu, as I understand.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Prabhu.
Thank you very
Hare
much.
Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhu.
Yes, Meenakshi Mataji raised your hand. Others also, those who are ready, please raise your hand so that we can go in the same order.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams.
Mataji.
So, Prabhuji, there is ample, in the 5 things which has to be protected, there might also be interaction between each of them. So the first one, the protection of the Brahmanas, what I as a unit can endeavor to do is, possibly from the Lakshmi that Krishna blesses us with, we can give for the Gurukul. So we can help Gurukul, because they are the base or the foundation of the Brahmanical culture. And for the protection of the cows, the first thing is, I understand the importance of the cows, and I also make the kids, the children, or the family around me to understand why protection of cows is important. Because as a person who cooks in the house, how many of us would be ready to share our food. For example, if I make a food for my children, how many mother would be ready to share that food with how many children? But cows are the mothers who are sharing the food meant for their children with many of us, and they are nourishing us, like Krishna has put, nourishing us not only bodily but also for spiritual, for understanding the higher aims of life. So that's why it is important. So I try to imbibe that myself, and also try to teach the children and the family. Then the third one is protection of women, chastity. Now here, of course, many of us might debate that, as you said, that we are independent, why we need protection and all that. I also come from that background, but what I understand is Krishna is not, see, all of us are dependent on Krishna, first thing. And second is, when Krishna says chastity, like Krishna has told in chapter 10, verse 34 or 35, what are the qualities a woman has, the feminine qualities. So the chastity is made up of those qualities. If I'm among women, I'm fame, fortune, fame, speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience. So these are the qualities which make a woman. And therefore, when I have all these qualities, it makes it takes up my chastity. And what happens is, out of that piousness, I breed the further generation, which will be pure, or it would be easier to purify that breed. So again, how I do that is, as Mataji said, I lead a simple life. I lead a life which the scriptures are trying to tell me, under the guidance of spiritual guru and senior devotees, seeking or clarifying wherever there are doubts. So, that's how I try to lead my life. And the next one is protection of children, again the same thing. Like, we lead by example. Krishna is leading by example. He is following the varnashram dharma. So we follow the things and the children will follow us. Children actually don't listen to us. They see and observe and they follow. So I try to set an example by my uh, by the way I do things. And the last one, that is the respect for elders or seniors. I think we all come from a culture, even I think some places even in north, even they respect smaller children, calling them as aap. So it's because we understand that we are not the body, and therefore each soul needs the respect. So I think if we start respecting the children and the elders and everyone alike, basically respect should be given to everyone. And I think that comes from the fact that I don't see the body and I see everyone deserves a respect. So I try to do that. I'm not saying that I fully do that. There are limitations, or not limitations, like my own anarthas and impurities and everything. But under the guidance of spiritual guru and with the association of devotees, it will gradually pick up.
True.
And the mercy will flow, and we will be able to do these things.
At least
Prabhuji.
that desire should be there. Once the desire is there, things will.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Asha Mataji.
Prabhuji, I may not be able to explain everything. And what your question is, what we can do as devotees to do these things. First one, I'm not very sure how to protect the Brahmanas. Maybe, as Mataji said, that we can contribute to Gurukul, wherein the Brahmanical scriptures are being studied and they carry it to our future generation. That may be one thing, and wherever possible, we can do that. The second one, definitely we can do how we can protect cows are, because there are many gaushalas and they are being maintained by certain people. And the biggest problem they are facing is to maintain them. So what we can do is that we can donate one thing. Okay, that is, and also by using all the GOW products, what we can do is that we can contribute so that they can maintain it. Sitting here in Bangalore, I don't think so I can take care of a cow or whatever it is, but that should be ideally done. And in olden days, every household used to have and they used to protect. But here, by buying all the GOW products, there are various GOW products which can be used instead of all chemically made products. So that contribution again goes back to protect the cow. Actually, they are using that money in order to protect the cow, because they are facing a lot of difficulties in protecting the cow.
Yeah. And maybe not buying any leather products. That's
yeah, that is definitely, Prabhuji, because there are so many things which are not, it looks like leather, but it is not leather. That also is one way that basically we can do to protect the cows, because basically we sitting here cannot take care of the cow. And then the next one is the woman, I think so. This is also, I'm not very sure, but I'll go back to the old age people. Usually old age people, I thought I'm getting into Krishna conscious at this age. Why am I doing? How many years I'm going to live? That was my first question when I came to your classes and when I started hearing to you and when I started reading Bhagavad Gita. But then I realized, okay, those few years also I can do something. So this thought, as I had this thought, many people of my age may have. So I think so, help them so that they can get a better life in the next thing. These are the three things I wanted to share. Other two, I'm not very sure, Prabhuji.
sure. Okay, no problem. Each one, whatever, my only point is that this kind of thought process, this kind of discussion should happen. We should start to open up it. That's the point I'm trying to say. How much we can do, at least a desire should be there. When the desire is there, things will manifest. Yes, Sridevi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Mataji.
Just one or two points in each one only I can tell. I mean, regarding the Brahmanas, the protection of Brahmanas, how we can protect them is we have to take care of Brahmanas. They are very good in knowledge of Vedas and scriptures, and they are very highly intelligent people. So we have to try to protect them in so many ways. Actually, if we protect them and the good brahmanas, what happens is the future generation will be they are useful for the future generation also, because the same Vedas, these people will give the preachings to the future generation. So we have to protect the brahmanas, and when we protect, we have to protect the ashramas also. The brahminical ashrams are there, and if we can donate some way to them when they are in need, it is one way we are maintaining them. Then regarding the cows, the importance of cow milk is always being told to us, and how nicely the brain tissues will be strengthened by the cow milk. Not only for that, Krishna loves cows so much, so we have to protect them. How we can sitting in the what the other Matajis told, sitting in the cities, we cannot maintain them. So what we can do is once in a while we can go to the goshalas. We can donate some amount, or we can donate cow feed. We can give them, and that way we can help to maintain the cows. And we have to encourage them to buy cow products, which are very good for us, and we can offer to the Lord. Lord loves cow products so much, so we can buy and offer to the Lord. And we have to protect as much as possible cows, and try to somewhere or the other eliminate the slaughterhouses. Then the third is chastity of women. We are all women of many ages. We have to be very chaste. For that, if we are going to any country or any outside very far away places, we have to go with our husbands or sons, or we have to accompany with some our own people, because we should not go like that. There is, because outside world is not like a Krishna conscious people's mind. Nowadays, so many things are happening. So, even though we are, we don't want also, people take it in many ways. They may spoil, so that Varna Sankramana happens, and that chastity will go away. So we should not go alone. We should protect ourselves. So not only me, we have to protect other women also for the chastity of society. We have to protect ourselves. To protect ourselves, we have to be very careful while going outside. In many ways. So that way we can do. And for children, to protect children, actually we already have children. Before coming to Krishna consciousness only, we got our children. So that Garbhadan Samskarana and all, we could not do. Now because we know, we can we can tell the other devotees, before getting the children, they can do the Garbhadan Samskara, and by doing get children. By doing that, what devotee children will be born. And for now, what we can do is, we have to follow the 4 regulatory principles, and we have to follow the dharmic way. We have to be in Krishna conscious way. That way, children will, every day they will see us and they'll learn something. First of all, we have to be in a correct way. Then children, they'll at least for some time, after some time, they'll learn something. At least half they'll learn from us. That way, we can protect our children. And we have to tell them also not to go into wrong ways and right way. And regarding old men, how to protect the old men, we can tell the old men to come into Krishna consciousness, because life is after death, which body they'll take, they'll not know, the animal body or human body, like that. So if they go to the if we make them come into the Krishna conscious life, they'll have the awareness of going back to Godhead. So we can make them Krishna consciousness. That way we can protect the old men.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
So,
Yeah, Varsha Mataji, you raised a hand. You want to say anything? No.
No, Prabhuji, thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? Anyone want
Yes,
to say?
Prabhuji.
Yeah,
So,
Prabhu, please.
So all the wonderful points all the devotees told. I just wanted to add one more point, that the best way to protect all this is to preach more and add more and more people to Krishna consciousness, so that we will have more manpower and resources for the protection of all this. So if the society, like the majority of society becomes more Krishna consciousness, automatically the protection for all these entities will become more. Yeah, that's it, Prabhu.
Yeah, see that's why the main point is that reading scriptures.
Yeah.
Our Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam reading should happen, because today's society, even Brahman, so-called Brahman, I'm saying those who are not practicing. Because why they're not practicing? Because they're not reading scriptures. That's the fundamental problem is there. So that's why we have to preach. As Smith Prabhu says, we have to distribute books, Bhagavad Gita, we have to preach, make everybody read our scriptures. Sanatana Dharma Grantha has to be read. When they read, they understand. When we understand the real purpose of the human life, all these problems naturally will go. We don't require a separate, discussion. But that why are we discussing is that we should propagate this. We should reach out to the society as many as possible. That's the purpose.
Actually, I took video of Mataji teaching kids Prabhuji in the class, and I tried to circulate it among my circle, but I'm not successful in enrolling one person also. But I took video of small kids, and it was very good.
Krishna sees your effort, not the result. So definitely Krishna will reciprocate, no doubt on that. Maybe not today, next time, but definitely happen. But we have to do a continuous, we have to do our effort. Yeah. Okay, so if anybody is there, because already 9:45 now. Anybody want to say anything quickly? Specifically on these topics. This is a very, very important topic. As Sanatana Dharma, we're talking about Krishna conscious. We have to, in a corporate world, we say that, no? We have to look at the basics, the root cause analysis, we say that, no? So what is the root cause? Root cause of all this problem is, if you really understand, reading scriptures. If all of us start reading, all this problem can be, solved, which is not happening in society. Either people don't have time, or they don't have faith, or very reasons could be. Yes. Mariappan Prabhu, you unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
As rightly told by Prabhuji, I must actively involve in preaching and create awareness in society, including Krishna conscious. One thing. And in respect of senior citizens, women and children, because I have worked in government sector, I know adequate acts, different acts are there to protect their rights and safety. If it is properly implemented, for implementation, if we can create adequate awareness among the society, especially among the police personals, among all other stakeholders, if we can create awareness, definitely all these categories can be taken care of. As far as cow and Brahman are concerned, I don't have idea how the government is having the policies. Because as you know, cows are taking for slaughter with the permission of government, I think. Perhaps we have to create awareness even to the government, I think.
Yeah.
That is the only solution, Prabhuji.
Yes, bro.
Large in the society.
Yeah. I think already 9:50, so we'll not extend. But requesting all of you, please meditate on this. Let's start working on it. Let's start thinking about it. Let's start working on it. This is how our society can be protected, our society can be improved. That's why Prabhupada is so, given importance on this point. Because each place he keep on bringing this. He says, all my disciples should be Brahmana. So what does it mean, Brahmana? Brahmana means we have to practice the Brahmanic culture so that our future, see, one person become Brahmana, he teaches others. So children teaches, he takes care of women, he takes care of cows. So it's all kind of a Brahmana's kind of head. Everything else happens. So that's where we need to do that. Okay, so I'll stop here now. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya kripasindhubhyo vacha patitana pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo Ananta Vaishnavibhyo Hare Krishna. See you tomorrow.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.